The charter school in Dorchester has a new name. It was originally named after a public educator from New York, Elizabeth Smith. As of November 16th, it became the Helen Davis Leadership Academy, named for a businesswoman and civic leader from the local community. To tell us what's in the name and what's happening at the school is the executive director, Karmala. Sherwood, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Tell us a little more about the school.
Well, we're a 6 through 8 middle school. We basically have a large percentage of Latino, African American, Caribbean American students. Our focus is leadership and academic growth. We really want to make sure that every child has the opportunity to become a leader inside the school and outside of the school. We're planning to make sure that every child gets the opportunity to go to college. And so as they learn the core values within the school and practice them each and every day, they get an opportunity to learn what leadership is all about. And, you know, we're hoping that throughout their middle school years, high school years, and college years, they sort of practice this whole role of leadership, and then they can give back to their community after they finish college, graduate school, law school, medical school, whatever they may choose to do for their future.
Both of the people the school has been named for are role models, so why make a change?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is I think it's nothing more powerful than children to be able to come into a school where a woman has actually been an entrepreneur in their own community. Mrs. Davis was able to help many people through her entrepreneurship, through her civic duties, or her civic sense of duty to help many students through college. She mentored many children or young people through their educational careers. She served on many boards, one of them specifically being the Harriet Tubman House. And so I think for children to see someone, an African-American woman, who actually reflects leadership and strong core values, specifically those around community service and personal excellence, I think really models for children the way in which they should live.
Now, the business she was in the funeral business.
She was in the funeral business, and it was very interesting because when we had our dedication ceremony, many families had remembered her kindness when they didn't have money to bury their family members. She made it possible so that their family members could be, buried with, dignity and respect. And I think that the fact that many of our families know the legacy of Helen Davis, I think it makes it such a special thing for the school.
Talk about her other activities in the community, because she was also very active in, well, the quality of education for children in the community.
Yes, she actually had a scholarship fund, or has a scholarship fund. And the person that was very instrumental in helping us make the transition, Dr. Hassel McClellan, was mentored by Helen Davis. He attended Fisk, as she also had attended Fisk, and was the first African-American woman to sit on the board of the alumni at Fisk University. And she just looked out for so many young people, telling them to continue to strive toward their dreams and whatever academic endeavors they chose to follow. So
and she was involved in Freedom House too.
In the Freedom House, yes. Yeah. So she had a very strong civil rights background. She was an entrepreneur. She was involved in the Delta sorority, and just so many different things that really helped Boston become what it is today for many African Americans.
She must have done some very interesting networking. I see some of these historic photos of her with some very well-known public figures at the time.
Yes, Jacqueline Kennedy is one of my favorite photos. There was a photo that we found with Edward Brooke, and actually some of the governors. She had a real sense of civic duty, but a lot of political connections as well.
So how was the ceremony? You had this name change, people came out, students and parents. What was that like?
That was really wonderful because we actually had some of her family members attend from as far away as Maryland and Washington, D.C. Interesting enough, one is a veterinarian and the other a person in higher ed, working in higher ed. And I just thought that was so typical of what Ms. Davis wanted, for everyone to achieve to the best of their ability. And so it was wonderful. We had a student read about her life and pretend to be Helen Y. Davis. We also had a student portray Alexander Dumas, the writer of The Count of Monte Cristo and The Three Musketeers. We had someone portray the first African-American mathematician to receive a PhD, Albert Cox. And so the ceremony was filled with her friends, family, many parents and students that really wanted to remember how special Helen Y. Davis was to the Boston community. And we received a proclamation from Boston Councilor Charles Yancey's office, and we also received a commendation from the Governor Deval Patrick. So it was a wonderful event for our students. It was a catered event with hors d'oeuvres and beautiful violinists playing in the background. So it was a real wonderful event for all of our school community to attend, specifically students, their parents, our staff, and many of her friends and family. It was a day I think that we'll all remember.
So anything new to look forward to with the school?
Well, we're really hoping that the Board of Education and the Commissioner will see fit for us to have grades 5 through 12. We've put forth an amendment and we're waiting for the Board of Education to vote on it. It will be a regional school, 5 through 12, that will cater to urban students, but students that may want a strong that's very significant in African American, Caribbean, and Latino culture. It's very important for our students to know who they are. And so along with the academic rigor and the leadership, we spend a lot of time talking about the cultural aspects of Black and brown children. So we're looking forward to this amendment moving forward so that we will be able to serve more students in Boston and the greater Boston area. So we're hoping that everyone will go on Facebook and like Davis Leadership Academy and really push forward this amendment to serve more students.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Karmala Sherwood from the Helen Y. Davis Leadership Academy. And we'll have more news in just a moment.